We'll ask Coach Groce to make an opening statement, then go to questions for Tracy. Coach.
Sure. Obviously, I thought they played really, really well, shot it well. I thought a big difference in the game was the turnover differential. We had the majority of ours in the first half had 9, 5 in the second half, and the points off turnovers was 12-5 at halftime. I thought that was the real difference in the first half. But give them credit. They've been playing really well, especially offensively, and I thought defensively they were good today also. And, made shots, spread us out. They had guys make plays. We had our chances. Obviously we get down 20, and then you fight back. A big part of that was the guy sitting here to my right, his disposition, his voice in huddles, the fight that he gives our team, and all of a sudden now we cut it, down to 7. We have a 3-point shot in the left corner. That was a good look that could have taken it from 7-4. Instead, we missed. They get a jailbreak opportunity or a run out, and now it's 9. I thought even at halftime going in that we had weathered a storm and thought we played with a little bit of toughness and grit. We come out the second half. We cut it to 8 a couple times, and then, then all of a sudden they respond with a layup. I thought a couple times we didn't absorb a couple screens. They get a couple layups. They make a couple threes. Thought that Walton was terrific. Certainly that other guys play well. But, he's certainly used the phrase head of the snake and has really been playing well for them over the last 10 games, and I think gives them just a great disposition at both ends of the floor. But, I was proud of our fight to come back, especially when we got off to such a slow start, and was obviously really proud of this guy. I thought he really kept our team connected and kept fighting through some adversity there throughout the first half and the second half. Questions for Trace?
Yep, raise your hand, please. We'll get a mic out to you. Start right here in the second row.
Tracy, obviously, you've had a long career at Illinois, and I'm sure this isn't the way you wanted to go out, but could you just share your emotions going off the court?
I just wanted to leave it personally. I really didn't have any personal agenda or nothing like that. I just wanted to, do what I can do to make sure guys is ready. I was just trying to lead a lot, whether that's, making guys better, talking, whatever that covers. And, I just wanted to leave it all out there.
Other questions for Tracy? Right down here in front.
Tracy, you've been through a lot here. What have these last couple months been like as this team's try to battle back and, lose the last 2 games here?
It's been great, honestly. We've been through a lot, obviously, ups and downs, and I thought our guys, we was great in the last couple weeks or so with, our whole disposition and my will to fight. And I think, we didn't back down no matter what nobody said. We was in practice, helping each other out, doing the little things that matter. And, that's what it's all about, fighting back when your back is against the wall. And I think, I can honestly say we got a group of guys, that was real selfless and bought into, what we need to do to be the best team we can be.
Go right back here in front.
Tracy, what do you think about the future of this program as it goes forward for you guys, and what do you think you left behind?
The future is always bright for the Illini. It's a great program. It's going to continue to be a great program. Obviously, I made a connection with the younger guys, and, I gave those guys everything I got in terms of experience, and, they watched me go through adversity and things like that and watch my response. So, the sky's the limit for our program, and it's going to continue to be the limit. And we're never going to settle regardless, what it is.
Stay right here in the front, second row.
Tracy, what did you feel like was the reason you guys weren't able to compete at the start of the game?
Our guys was ready to compete, like Coach said, I think that's the number 1 team offensively in the Big Ten. And when you play guys like that, little things matter. Every play, every possession matters. And, obviously we could have been better. And as the guys and players, we definitely take full responsibility at how to start. But, they made some nice plays at the end of the day. And give them credit.
On the aisle, please.
Tracy, John was saying you were talking in the huddles, kind of leading the guys in the huddles. What were those huddles like? What were you saying while you guys were trying to fight back?
this not a quitting program, and it's never been that way throughout my 6 years here. And for me as the leader, that's all I'm gonna preach. I don't care, the score. I feel like the score take care of itself. But at the end of the day, I want guys to continue to compete, no matter how the last play went for anybody. You got to keep moving forward, and that's that's what makes good teams. And that's all I was trying to do is keep guys motivated, give their all.
Is there one more for Tracy before I let him go? Anybody? All right, thanks, Tracy. You may return to the locker room. We'll take questions.
Questions.
Coach Groce. Or on the right.
Can you talk about the way Malcolm struggled or what they did to keep him from?
Well, I thought they
getting to get
defended
back?
him well, Shannon. Zach Irvin obviously was the primary defender on him, and I thought he did just a great job of making him work for everything. And, it really required him to be very detailed in everything he did, setting up cuts, screening well, coming off of screens tight, working hard to get open, and they just made him really work. And, give Michigan credit.
Right here on the aisle.
John, he appeared to be limping in that game. What was he battling through?
No, I don't think that was a factor, Jeremy.
Other question for Coach? Go back to Shannon here, and then we'll get the aisle there.
Obviously, you guys had that run toward the end of the regular season, but just overall, if you can, look at the whole season, why do you think it didn't come together more?
Well, I thought it did at the end. Obviously, today we got beat by a really good Michigan team that played really well. I agree with Tracy. I think our guys learned what it meant to fight. I thought we had and have a very, very connected team that cares about one another. Thought our practices improved. Thought defensively we got better. Thought offensively we got better. I think the biggest thing is what Trace said, the transference from him and the other seniors too. But he did a great job of transferring to those guys, what it means to defend, how hard you have to play, how we prepare for practice. And so those guys have learned a lot. And I think it's a big reason why we certainly played our best over the last month. I give those seniors a lot of credit, in particular Tracy.
Back on the aisle. Got two. Wrap it up.
John, you just mentioned Tracy, but the game he had today, how does it kind of wrap up the commitment he's made to this program the time you've been here?
Well, he's been unbelievably committed, and it's he's been through a lot, and it took him a lot over the last month to 6 weeks to get back to what I thought he was starting to play like he even had prior to that stuff. That's a lot what he went through, and he and I have had a lot of conversations. He's a special kid. I mean, he really is. Today, I thought you saw him with a lot of fight and a lot of care for his teammates, a lot of leadership today. I was really proud of him.
Take one last one here on the aisle.
John, just, a lot of fans frustrated with where this program is at. What's your sell to them about the future and where this thing's going?
Well, as I said the other day, what's interesting is last week we beat Michigan State at home, and I've got one or two questions after the game about how everything's changed and da-da-da. I told you not to get too far ahead of yourself. At the same time, I'm not going to let one or two games, a missed layup the other day and a 25-foot three by a guy that's made 5 all year, 4 or 5 days later, make me feel any different. That's not how I'm wired. So I feel the same way, Jeremy, that I did. And Tracy echoed it as a player. And that's more important to me than what anyone else thinks in terms of what those young guys have learned, who's returning, how they've been practicing, how they've been playing, what we've got coming in with our class. We're excited. I've told numerous people I feel as good about what we've done and culturally over the last month to 6 weeks and how we've kind of turned that corner than I have at any time since I've been at Illinois. So, we're excited. At the same time, we're also we realize at this point we still have to take information in, and we by no means am I saying this particular season's completely over yet either. I don't know that at this juncture. So we owe it to those guys to continue to not necessarily think all the time, Jeremy, about future. We owe it to them to try to finish this thing the right way.
Coach, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Illinois locker room's open until 2:57. It's currently 2:39.